All right, for more reaction in this Labor Day doubleheader, it is the Canadian Football Hall of Famer, our good buddy Matt Dunigan, to talk about it. Jake Maier, Matty, we've been waiting for this Jake Maier to appear all season long. The numbers have been great, the wins have not been there, but that fourth quarter was really something special, wasn't it?
Yeah, like everything came together, and you could see what this kid can be and what Dave Dickinson saw in him last year, about a third way through the season when he unseated the great Bo Levi Mitchell. And everybody's just going heads over heels over this kid. And it was a tough start for him, obviously. But 22 points in the fourth quarter, he settled in, and you saw a rhythm that when he gets in it, he's tough to beat. And he's very fluid out there. He sees the field well. He's got enough arm talent to knife it down the football field, and he's got great accuracy, and he stays within himself. I love that about him because he's very even-keeled. And he showed that you don't really need the lower half in order to win football games in the Canadian Football League. You just need a head and a decent arm and some good people around you, and that's how Jake Maier got it done tonight. He was a true quarterback working his magic from the pocket, making it happen. We
have a nice little quarterback rivalry brewing here in Alberta because Tre Ford, 135 yards on the ground, Matty, once again impressive. In fact, I heard Glenn Suter and Chris Jones make the Doug Flutie comparison at one point when I'm watching this game, and I'm thinking, wow, that's pretty big. Do you see those types of similarities, at least in the style of play that Tre Ford brings to the table?
No question, Jay. And remember to breathe when you ask those questions. Yeah, I can tell you, I see Doug Flutie in Tre Ford. I see Damon Allen in Tre Ford. I see an athletic quarterback that uses his God-given athletic ability to make things happen naturally on the football field. When he drops back and he loses more ground, he's creating vision and space. And to me, that's a beautiful thing. Flutie did that as well as anybody in the Canadian Football League. That's why he was the prime minister for, what, 6 out of 7 years. He won the MOP award. The guy was magical. Tre brings some of that talent to the game, and we saw it. Calgary experienced it. We for the last couple of weeks, we've seen him go out there and really put defenses on their heels with his athletic ability and ability to pull the ball down. Now, look, all that is good, but you got to be able to throw it. And this kid can throw it, too. When they bring pressure, he reads it out very seamlessly and puts the ball on the money. We've seen that several weeks in a row now. Tre Ford continues to get better. They just need to learn how to finish as a football team, and that didn't happen for the Elks tonight. They'll go back to the drawing board and figure this out, and they've got Calgary coming back to them next week. And so you talked about it. Jake Maier, Tre Ford, I could watch those two young kids play for a long time.
It's going to be great. We're going to get to see them next week, and I know you're going to be there. But let's talk about the Argos and the Hamilton Tiger Cats. Chad Kelly, fresh off signing that 3-year, $1.8 million extension. Bit of an uneven game. Right. 200 yards, couple of TDs, couple of picks. Overall, what did you think of his performance there at the stadium today?
Yeah, well, Jay, right behind me here, that wind was coming. I don't know what the mileage was, what the kilometers an hour or what it was, but it was a factor. And basically, it was two halves in this football game. It probably didn't come across on the television as much as it should have, but it was important to make hay while the sun was up when you had the wind at your back, and they were able to do that. I'm talking about the young Chad Kelly, 17 points in the first quarter, and to me, that's huge. Yeah, he had a couple mistakes, and I've seen that several times when he gets himself in trouble. He doesn't read the defense out. He figures, and he doesn't keep his eyes right. And it's very difficult, whether you're a young quarterback or a veteran quarterback, to keep your eyes where they're supposed to be. He looked at a receiver, and he did not follow the corner, and the corner jumped him. Should have been 3 interceptions in the first half, but he only threw 2, and it didn't cost him this game, but he learned from that. Jay, you've heard me say this before. I was stubborn. I threw 211 picks as a pro, okay? That's a lot of mistakes, okay? I was a slow learner. This kid is not. I think he'll overcome these things, and his team picked him up, and he settled in. And again, you only had basically 2 quarters to play, and we saw them into the wind get a big score, which I think was a difference maker in this football game. So this kid continues to be able to compete at all high level and show that he can make good mistakes. He'll learn from the ones good plays, and he'll learn from the mistakes he made out there this afternoon. But I tell you, the sky's the limit for this young kid. He's got a lot of talent around him. He's got a defense that can fly around and make it happen. They've got a lot of depth, and Beatty and Haggerty, they can kick it around with the best of them. So they're 9-1 for a reason. Very good football team, and Chad Kelly's happy with that 3-year contract.
Boy, it's exciting. The quarterback play in the league, you know it as well as anyone. It drives the league, so it's exciting to see some guys play well. I wanted to ask you about a couple of fun little trick plays that happened on Monday, Matty. Kyron Moore, the Elks, throws a touchdown. A.J. Ouellette, running back for the Argos, throws a touchdown. Which of those two trick plays did you appreciate the most? Or maybe neither, because as a quarterback, you might be like, hey, I'm the one supposed to be throwing the football.
No, it's nice to lighten the load. You know, let's spread it around, let everybody else get a feel for what it's like. And, yeah, we had AJ after the ball game, which we love here on the panel. Get those guys fresh off the grid and get them in a seat and a microphone in their mouth and get their feelings right away. And you can just sense it. You know, he's just a lot of pride. You know, he harkened back to his days in high school running the triple option. He threw, I think, a touchdown pass in a collegiate career as a Bobcat for University of Ohio. And so, you know, he just reached back in a bag of tricks and made it happen. And then more, you know, more of the same. I can't imagine if I'm watching that ball game and they're going, no, we're going to run that play next. And actually did. And both of them worked. But I'm going to take AJ. I'm going to take AJ because it happened right here. And then we had him on afterwards. No disrespect, Kyron. I think you got a future. Maybe. No, not really. Yeah, Jay, I'm taking AJ all day long.
Okay, and right now you got something you're getting to. Your night's not done. Tell me what you're up to after we're done this interview.
Yeah, well, I was a little worried that all the alcohol was drank here in Hamilton, and but I know where there's some is. I know there's a few beers. Dave Foxcroft did his last football game here tonight as a CFL official, and we've lost a big one, and this is a big loss for the CFL and our officials. And but he's going to go on to the Big Ten. I know they're throwing a big bash for him, and I'm going to find my way over there and wet my whistle a little bit and celebrate his glorified career here, and have a good time with some of those CFL officials tonight.
And next Saturday, this coming Saturday, our triple header, Week 14, is going to be incredible. Matty's going to be part of the call as the Elks and Stampeders meet again at Commonwealth, hoping for a big crowd for that one. Matty, you're the best. Have a great time tonight. Get home safe, and we'll see you next weekend, okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm kidding. I'm not going to that party. I'm going straight to the house.